So just from this episode here today, or these couple of episodes when we get Yami versus Light, this is why, in my own personal opinion, why I think Yami is the best Magic Knight captain and just overall one of the best characters in Black Clover. And I'm so glad that we finally get his backstory here today. What's up everyone though, my name is Ranger Flame and welcome everyone to Black Clover episode 34. Just like as I said in the start of this video, we get Yami, his backstory, his character, him versus Light, him finally showing up, and I want to talk about him right off the bat, which in this episode we've seen more of Yami than I feel like more of Black Clover in general, because as I always say in my reviews, Black Clover has a big cast, and when it comes to, I guess, an arc, it'll always focus on one character, their backstories, and how they look at it. With Yami, personally for me, when I started watching Black Clover, when I started reading the manga, you know, just at a first glance, I knew that I would like his character throughout the whole entire series, because I feel like, you know, with the show, or, you know, with an anime, when we first get introduced to characters, and when they have those, like, kind of character developments, you know, you'll start to, I guess, you know, hate some people, or really like some people, and it could be your favorite character. Yami, for me, was really different, you know, just right when, you know, we see, you know, Asta and, you know, go to, you know, the exams to become Magic Knights, you know, Yami just as a character, I knew that I would love him, and we get a lot of his, you know, backstory of what he was, you know, I guess how he became a Magic Knight, how he became in the Clover Kingdom. We don't really get, you know, information of how he became, you know, Captain Nat, which we'll get further into the Black Clover universe, but, you know, just his character, I'm just glad about this, you know, finally we get to see, I guess, who he is as an individual, and how he came to be. At the start of the episode, we get, which is Light and Vultress appear to save Sally from the Magic Knights, or the Black Bulls, and Yami comes up to save them, because we know that the granny right now is at a state of the best. She's like Leon, for example, you know, she's on the deathbed. If she doesn't have medical care right away, she is going to die. We also see, I guess, that character development more of Gosh even worried about her. Like, he wasn't just talking about if his sister was going to be sad if she dies, he will also be as well, so he is caring for more people. There we go, I guess more Gosh development. But Yami comes in to save the day, and with Finn as well. I don't remember Finn being there. Like, it's been kind of a while since I actually read, you know, this part of the manga going into animation, so it was weird seeing Finn. But Finn at this point, I didn't really like his character, but I kind of get his perspective. But he also reminded me of Seke, I'm pretty sure, or Baha, whatever you want to call him, just because when he was looking at Light and the others, like, he was scared, he didn't want to be there, like, whatsoever. He was kind of being a coward. And looking, I guess, at the Black Bulls so far, which they will get more development, you know, throughout the show, but I feel like, you know, I guess the characters that will actually stand against people is really just Yami and, you know, Asta. Well, probably Luck as well, because Luck always wants to fight people, but still, you know, at the same time, I feel like they gotta get that cowardice away, but I also still get, you know, Finn's point of view, which he does save, you know, Granny and Gosh to go and help her so that she doesn't die, and then we have Asta being there with Yami going to the fight. And the fight specifically, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I feel like, you know, just watching this, I thought I was gonna be a lot more hyped, just, you know, finally seeing Yami's power. He uses dark magic, he uses his katana, and just absolutely destroys and predicts, you know, Light's moves, because he uses light magic that, you know, the light travels so quick that you can't see his attacks coming. Yami uses ki to, you know, use all of his senses in his body to kind of predict of what his moves are gonna be, and that's how he was able to deflect all the magic of Light going towards him and being able to fight him. Now, with the fight, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to say boring is the word, but it wasn't as hyped as I thought it would be. I thought that the manga did a lot better of a job, but the fight still continues in next week's episode, so I can't really give a verdict about it. But some parts, like if it was animation, or I guess just the music, or just, you know, the Yami versus Light, you know, attacking back and forth and telling each other's, you know, their story of kind of why they got here, it just kind of felt a little bit odd to me. It was pretty cool in some aspects, but we get a background of Light, of his character as well, which there's these people, you know, in the world, in this Clover Kingdom, that they were were like gods. You know, they had a lot of mana. Mana loved them. They were like able to control the weather. They were able to control volcanoes, and you know, people praised them because they looked like I said before, gods. You know, they had all the power and everything like this, and it really changed to me of kind of Light and his backstory, because usually when, you know, I guess the public, or I guess when they're telling these stories of, you know, the public are always scared of them, so they're able to banish them or lock them up or whatever. The public really, I guess, killed them all and took all their power. And it's a backstory of Light and why he's angry at the Clover Kingdom and just everyone all around, because they're the ones that did this to, you know, his family, so he wants to get so-called revenge. And the backstory of Yami as well, which I'm traveling back to episode 4 or 5, which, you know, when Asta went to the exams and how Asta even became part of the Black Bulls, because Yami's perspective, how he came to the Clover Kingdom, is exactly like Asta's. And this is why, you know, he was brought into the Black Bulls, because Yami looked at Asta like his younger self. You know, he was part of, you know, a poor family. He was in a village. He went to go fishing one day, like he was a fisherman. He got trapped at sea, got shipwrecked, landed in the Clover Kingdom, and everyone started to hate him, because, you know, the Clover Kingdom is, you know, a part of riches. You know, everyone looks down on you if you're from a small village, aka Hodge Village, where, you know, and Asta are from. But Yami proved them wrong and eventually became a Magic Knight captain. So that's kind of, I guess, the story that we learned from him. I guess, you know, more character development from Yami, which is pretty interesting, and I like it right there as well, because, you know, it kind of has some similarities between him and Asta as, you know, characters and being part of the Black Bulls. And he teaches Asta about ki. And ki is a really important aspect for Asta's character going more into Black Clover. He doesn't have magic powers whatsoever. You know, the only thing he relies on is the Demon Dweller sword and the other sword, and that's really about it. So ki is a really big aspect of Asta, you know, kind of learning stuff, and it's also a key for him becoming the Wizard King someday, because if he doesn't have any magical powers, this is something that he needs to train, you know, he needs to focus, and that he needs to accomplish, because it'll really help him down the road, especially if he goes in verse, you know, for the title. And the key mostly is a part of predicting someone else's moves. You know, you got to use your sense of smell, you know, look, hear, the muscles in your body. You kind of have to combine all those aspects to kind of predict someone's move, especially like the light magic, or if Light is teleported, you know, really fast towards you, you could block it, which we see him do to Vulturous, and him absolutely take down Vulturous with that move, which is awesome, by the way. I really kind of love that technique, and kind of Asta, you know, accomplishing it right away. You know, he failed the first time, got hit in the leg, and afterwards, you know, he completely took out an enemy in one hit. And that one hit and that key aspect of training is just him, you know, being stronger as an individual. You know, he's already stronger. He's already proven to people that he could become someone big. And this is even, you know, a bigger thing for him to become, you know, a Magic Knight. And that was today's episode of Black Clover. I want to see what the next episode has, because, you know, with this, I felt like I over too hyped myself with this, or a lot of people in the community did. This is just my perspective, just in general. But, you know, I feel like this episode deserves a 7.5 out of 10. You know, it was good, but I thought it would be better, if that makes sense. Like, it was still great, but I thought it would be, you know, greater. I thought this would probably have been the best episode of Black Clover we'll have to date, but there is another fighting aspect in next week's episode of Yami versus Light. So, either way, I hope that you guys all enjoyed my review here today. Make sure you guys to leave a like, comment down below what your guys' thoughts and opinions were, and subscribe to the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. But either way, we'll see you guys next week for another Black Clover review. Much love, and as always, have yourselves a wonderful day.